Top 7 at 7 with Carly Barnett.
We're staying on top of a number of major stories for you tonight. Here's your Top 7 at 7. A Marietta mother and father are being investigated for parental abuse after their 5-year-old became unresponsive in their care and died this morning. Combined, they face 12 felony charges.
I think that we have been a target, still are a target.
Fulton County Chairman Rob Pitts is fighting back after last week's FBI raid at one of the county's main election offices. The county filed a lawsuit demanding the seized 2020 ballots be returned. The former mayor of the city of South Fulton is now a convicted criminal. Khalid Kamau pleaded guilty today to criminal trespass. He originally had rejected a plea deal and opted to go to trial. He was sentenced to 12 months of probation. A Cobb County father now faces charges after 2 of his children missed hundreds of school days. Records show Christopher Donnelly is accused of violating a state law requiring children between the ages of 6 and 16 attend school.
We want to thank the entire community.
The Gwinnett County Police Department tells us Officer David Reed is doing okay tonight after surgery. He was injured in the shooting last weekend that killed fellow officer Pradeep Tamang. Tamang's funeral will be Saturday morning in Lawrenceville. The founder of Alpharetta-based Jackson Healthcare, Rick Jackson, kicked off his campaign for Georgia governor today. The billionaire is running as a Republican and already has attack ads out across the state. Emergency sewer repairs will keep a busy Midtown Street closed for 2 weeks. The city closed 10th Street between Piedmont Avenue and Peachtree Street at 7 a.m. That is your Top 7 at 7. For more on all of these stories, download our free Atlanta News First app.